Hey guys, welcome to Bar Z. My name's Stan, and I got the camera flipped around on me, not on what's going on behind the camera because you don't want to see that. Or actually, maybe you do. Maybe we should turn the camera around. This might be good. There's just a whole pallet full of panels heading out. Wow, is he pulling that by himself? Obviously not. Alright, well that's a great way to start a video. Work smarter, not harder. uh, you can't make this stuff up. So they're moving a stack of panels down to the front end of the oven that we got to install tomorrow. We're working on ovens this week. This is episode number 20. And gee whiz, that was a pretty epic intro. The big comment last week was people check in to see how my beard growth is doing. And well, I shaved on Sunday, but it's already Wednesday, so it's getting scrappy already. We've been working on ovens all week. We've got air curtains we had to put in, which are really, really large. And it's just more of the same. I'm going to go through with you what it takes to put in a very large air curtain, especially back in a spot where we can't get a reach lift. We can get a scissor lift, but we can't get a telescoping forklift in to stand it up because they ship laying down. They're 20 foot long. They're very heavy. They're very bulky. And on top of that, we've got a clean room jammed right up against an oven that we have to clamshell these two air knives together. And I'm going to show you what that's all about right now. Okay, in case you're wondering what an air knife is, we've got two duct openings here. There's two high pressure blowers that go into here and blow in to pressurize this area. And these are a profile of the conveyor portal. And the air only comes out of this. That's a knife. We call that an air knife. You can see how it's angled. So it sweeps at an angle. So the perimeter of this thing all the way around is like a giant duct. These things are laying down right now. 20 feet long. And if you want to see how we install these, check out this video. Okay, so that's how those get installed. These are the bottoms. And you can see you got a tongue and groove where they go together, and like I said, they just clamshell around the existing conveyor. I'll show you. I'm going to go show you another one installed and done, but then you already saw the video of us standing them up, which is zero fun, but we get it done. Okay, well, here's an air knife installed right here. And you can probably see the angle which these pitch out. They pitch out away from the oven. These pitch out. This knife right here pitches out away from the oven, so you've got an airstream coming out at a tangent. But up top, you can probably see those pitch in. And around the conveyor slot, they pitch in. So it's creating a recirculation effect. It's the hot air is going to pocket up top of the oven. It's going to push that back into the oven. These lowers push it out into the vestibule. We're standing basically inside the vestibule right now. And we pick up air from the top. We'll have two duct openings up there to pull the air out of the vestibule and pump it right back into the air knife. So it recirculates and the air just gets hotter and hotter and hotter. So this outer section is kind of its own system with the air knife and then the vestibule. Those two work together. Okay, well, here's the whole front end in its entirety, all put together. You can see the two blower openings up there. We haven't got the blowers in yet, mainly because I don't have them, but the air knife surrounds the conveyor, and it's the same size as all our other portals. And this is an insulated vestibule out here. And so those two ducts you see right there, those are the pickup points for the blowers I was talking about earlier. And then this is a big surround. There's a big hollow duct all the way around that gets pressurized with air, and it blows in around the perimeter and creates a knife effect, or an air curtain, if you will. But that's what that looks like. And see, there's one portal, two portals. And she's got some height to her, that's for sure. Full 20 foot tall. So those are finished. All four of them. So with just a couple blowers, these ovens are complete. They are, they have gas run to them. Yep, we got fuel lines run to the burner boxes. They're here wiring these things right now. These are getting piped right now over to the control panel. We still need to get belt guards on these. Belt guard down there. We did install a control panel last week. I forgot to show you that. Nice big controller. So we've got controls mounted. We're on the home stretch on these guys. Okay, so pretty interesting. Just getting those to fit. It was just a miracle that they fit, and we didn't have to. I thought we were gonna have to cut them apart and weld them back together in place, but that didn't happen. And it's just the order of the way the material showed up to the job site. We had to get the clean room up because it was here. The air knives we didn't have, so we couldn't put them in. So we're stuck with trying to shoehorn those things in at a later date. I did get one day to myself. I put airbags on my truck. My first airlift kit. Usually I go with the Firestone airbags. This is Airlift out of Lansing, Michigan, which isn't that far from here. So I had them the very next day, and I ordered an airlift kit, and I was very pleased with the way they bolted on. You know, here's a shot of my truck. Just picking up the back end just to get the airbags on it. And I was very pleased with the way those bolted in. I did it by myself. It only took me a couple hours. And 50 pounds of air rides like a pogo stick, but it's going to ride like a dream after we get a couple thousand pounds in the bed. It's gonna just ride great and keep my ride height, which is what I was after. So airlift kit, I'll throw a link down below. I actually bought them on Amazon, and they've got a full array of airlift kits. What was interesting to me is I've always bought the Firestone airbag kits from the other company. I forgot what the other company is, but they always came with the Firestone airbags, and they run a single airline up to a T, and then off, and then the T brakes left and brakes right and goes to the two airbags. So the airbags equalize. You think, that's a good idea, you know, the airbags will always be the same pressure. Well, turns out that's not a good idea, because what happens is when your truck is going down the road and you go into a turn or a corner and your truck tries to pitch sideways, the bag on the low side deflates and it inflates. It pushes over and inflates the bag on the other side, so that creates even more body roll. So if you inflate them independently with two airlines and two Schrader valves, the truck has independent ride control, and you've got control over left and right, you know, filling up your airbags, and one bag won't deflate and inflate the other one as the body rolls on the truck. So that was, I mean, Airlift was very specific about that. Don't put a T in, and don't equalize the bags, and run a hose side to side. So I thought that was very interesting, and it makes perfect sense when you think about it from a body roll situation. So pleased with the airbags, and you know, that was something to do on a Sunday. I was bored, so ordered them in and got them installed. Rest of the week was ovens. They call these air knives and bonnets, or air seals and bonnets. We call them air knives and vestibules. That's just Barzese terminology. GAT calls them something different. So let's see what else we get into this week. It's already late Thursday. We still got a Friday ahead of us, and we've still got one more air seal to do. So let's see if we can get that completed and see what else we can get into around here. Well, a lot of you guys wanted to see a conveyor pass off between a high-speed rail and a low-speed rail. We're getting ready to do it. They're getting ready to do another test. Let's go have a look. We're going from high to low speed. I'd like to give a big shout out to Stanley Tools. You know, I snapped a crowbar. And guess what? I photographed it. I put it up on Instagram just for the heck of it. And someone said, "Hey, send that picture to Stanley. See what they do." And I did. And they sent me a brand new crowbar. That crowbar is 20 years old. Unbelievable. So shout out to Stanley Tools. That's good on you. All right, guys, that concludes episode 20. Not a lot to talk about, not a lot to see. It was more of the same all week, but just air knives and bringing the ovens that much closer to completion. Feels good to have this thing close to done. All right, thanks for watching. Enjoy.